Ian's world tilted on that rainy afternoon in Seattle, the kind of gray day that blurred the line between comfort and despair. The house on Queen and Hill, with its creaky oak floors and fogged bay windows overlooking Puget Sound, had always been a sanctuary for him and his son, Ethan. Widowed 5 years now, after Sarah's sudden car accident on I-5, Ian had poured everything into raising Ethan alone, coaching his soccer games, attending every parent-teacher conference, and turning their two-story craftsman into a haven of routine. Ethan, 22 and home from his first year at University of Washington, had crashed on the couch for the summer, his laughter filling the empty spaces Sarah left behind. But today, with Ethan out running errands in the downpour, the house felt exposed, like a nerve laid bare. Jordan Hayes was Ethan's shadow, the inseparable friend who'd tagged along to barbecues and late-night video game marathons since high school. At 21, he was all lean muscle and easy confidence, with dark curls that fell just so over his forehead and olive skin that glowed under Seattle's rare sun. Had grown up in the shadow of Capitol Hill, son of a barista mom and an absent dad, scraping by on scholarships and part-time gigs at a coffee shop near Pike Place. Ian had always liked him, Jordan's quick wit, the way Head helped clear the table without being asked, or fix the leaky faucet in the guest bath last winter. But liking turned to something sharper these past months, a pull Ian dismissed as paternal fondness, or maybe just loneliness echoing in his chest. Now, here they were, alone in the kitchen that smelled of fresh ground beans and the faint yeast of Ethan's forgotten pizza dough. Jordan had shown up unannounced, soaked from the storm, claiming he needed to borrow Ethan's old skateboard. But the board sat forgotten by the back door as Jordan peeled off his drenched hoodie, revealing a black tank top clinging to his torso like a second skin. Ian had busied himself with the coffee maker, anything to avoid the way Jordan's presence filled the room, but the words tumbled out anyway. "Ian," Jordan corrected himself, stepping closer, the floorboards groaning under his bare feet. Water dripped from his curls onto the tiled floor, pooling like tears. "Can I call you that? Just once?" Ian's throat tightened. Head noticed the shifts, the lingering glances during family dinners, the brush of Jordan's hand when passing the salt, the way the kid would volunteer to stay late helping with yard work, his laughter turning soft when it was just the two of them. Ian had told himself it was nothing, that at 45, with his broad shoulders starting to soften and his hazel eyes shadowed by grief, he was invisible to someone like Jordan. Straight, probably, Ethan's age, off limits in every way that mattered. But Jordan wasn't done. He reached out, fingers grazing Ian's wrist, cool and insistent. "I know it's crazy. I know you're Ethan's dad and Sarah. God, I'm sorry about her every day. But I see you, Ian. The way you light up when you talk about your old architecture sketches, or how you hum that Springsteen song while cooking eggs. I've been waiting for Ethan to leave the room just to steal those moments with you." Ian pulled back, setting the mug down with a clatter that echoed like a gunshot. His heart pounded, a mix of terror and thrill twisting in his gut. This wasn't supposed to happen. Not in his house, with Ethan's sneakers still kicked off by the stairs and Sarah's photo smiling from the mantel. "Jordan, stop," he said, voice rougher than intended. "You're my son's friend. This isn't right." Jordan's face crumpled, but not in defeat, in raw honesty. "Right? What's right about pretending? I've dated girls, tried to fit the box, but it all feels like lying. With you, it's real. Terrifying, but real." The rain eased to a patter, and Ian sank into a chair, the wooden seat cool against his jeans. He thought of Sarah, her laugh like wind chimes, how she'd tease him about his brooding artist phase back when he designed sustainable homes for a firm in Belltown. After her death, the firm let him go quietly. Grief wasn't billable hours, and Head scraped by on freelance gigs, sketching dream houses Head never build. Ethan had been his anchor, but lately even that felt adrift. The kid was pulling away, talking more about grad school in Portland, less about staying close. Jordan knelt then, level with Ian's chair, his dark eyes searching. "Tell me to leave and I will, but don't lie to yourself. I see it in you too." Ian wanted to deny it, to summon the fatherly authority that had gotten him through Ethan's teenage rebellions. But the truth clawed up, unbidden. The dreams where hands that weren't Sarah's traced his skin. The ache when Jordan hugged him goodbye at the door. Head buried it deep under layers of routine and regret. But Seattle rain had a way of washing things clean. God help me, Ian whispered, his hand lifting almost on its own to cup Jordan's jaw. The stubble there was soft, unfamiliar, electric. Their lips met tentatively, a brush that ignited like dry tinder. Jordan tasted of rain and peppermint gum. His breath hitching as Ian pulled him closer, the chair scraping back. They broke apart gasping, foreheads pressed together. What now? Jordan murmured, fingers threading through Ian's hair. Ian had no answer. The front door rattled, Ethan home early. They sprang apart, Jordan grabbing his hoodie, Ian smoothing his shirt as if nothing had happened. But everything had. As Ethan burst in, shaking water from his coat like a golden retriever, Ian forced a smile. Hey kid, grab a towel. Ethan grinned, oblivious. Dad's friend Jordan beat me here. You two plotting world domination over coffee. Jordan laughed, too bright. Something like that. That night, as Ethan snored down the hall, Ian lay awake, the kiss replaying like a forbidden reel. The house felt smaller, charged with possibility and peril. He thought of the sketchpad in his desk drawer, half-finished lines of a home with rooms for secrets. For the first time in years, he wanted to draw again, not to escape but to capture. The next morning dawned misty, the sound a silver ribbon beyond the hill. Ethan announced he'd be out all day at a pickup game in Discovery Park. Jordan texted, "Can I come over? Just to talk." Ian stared at the screen, thumb hovering. Yes, he typed. And damn the consequences. They met in the backyard, under the dripping cedar tree Sarah had planted. Jordan arrived on his bike, helmet tucked under his arm, wearing that same tank top and cargo shorts that hugged his thighs. I didn't sleep, he admitted, sitting cross-legged on the damp grass. Kept replaying it. You. Ian joined him, knees protesting the bend. Me neither. This is a mess, Jordan. Ethan finds out he's crushed. I'm supposed to be the stable one. Jordan leaned in, shoulder brushing Ian's. Stable doesn't mean dead inside. Sarah wouldn't want that for you. The mention stung, but softened by Jordan's earnestness. They talked then, really talked, about Jordan's closeted hookups in dorms, the fear of his mom finding out. Ian's college experiments brushed off as youthful curiosity. The isolation of widowhood. Hours slipped by, the mist lifting to reveal blue sky. When Jordan kissed him again, slower this time, Ian didn't pull away. Hands explored tentatively, fingers under hems, breaths mingling, until the neighbor's dog barked, snapping them back. I want more, Jordan said, voice husky, but only if you're sure. Ian wasn't sure of anything, except the warmth blooming in his chest. Come over tonight. Ethan has a date. It was reckless, a line crossed, but as Jordan biked away, waving over his shoulder, Ian felt alive, the rain-scented air filling his lungs like promise. Ethan returned flushed from his game, chattering about a goal he'd scored. Ian listened, nodding, but his mind wandered to the guest room upstairs, its bed untouched since Sarah. Would Jordan fit there? The thought terrified and thrilled. Dinner was spaghetti, Ethan's favorite, the kitchen alive with clinking forks and stories of campus pranks. Jordan joined them, invited casually, his presence a tightrope Ian walked blind. Under the table, their sneakers touched a secret Morse code. Later, as Ethan scrolled TikTok on the couch, Jordan helped Ian with dishes. Suds foamed over the sink, Jordan's arm pressing close. 8 o'clock, he whispered. I'll wait outside. Ian dried his hands, heart racing. At 7:50, he claimed a headache, retreating upstairs. From the window, he watched Jordan slip through the side gate, shadow in the twilight. They met in the guest room, door locked, world narrowed to the queen bed and the hum of the city below. Clothes shed like old skin, bodies tentative then urgent. Jordan's touch was reverent, mapping scars Ian forgot he had. The faded appendix line, the freckles across his chest. Beautiful, Jordan breathed, and Ian believed him, if only for the night. Dawn found them tangled, sheets twisted. Jordan stirred first, kissing Ian's temple. Morning. Guilt crashed in with the light. Ethan, Ian murmured. He'll be up soon. Jordan dressed quietly, stealing one last kiss. This isn't over. Ian watched him go, the house settling back into silence. But the echo remained, a new rhythm in his veins. Weeks blurred into a hidden dance. Jordan came for study sessions with Ethan, lingering after. Stolen moments in the basement laundry, the attic storage. Kisses deepening to more, each encounter peeling back Ian's defenses. He sketched again, feverishly, homes with hidden nooks for lovers. Jordan posed once, nude in the afternoon light, his body a landscape Ian committed to memory. Ethan noticed nothing at first, too wrapped in his own summer fling with a barista named Riley. But cracks formed. One night, over burgers at Dick's Drive-In, Ethan eyed Ian. You seem different, dead, happier. Ian choked on his fry. Just enjoying the sun, kid. Jordan, across the booth, hid a smile behind his milkshake. The affair deepened, emotions tangling with desire. Jordan confessed dreams of architecture school, inspired by Ian's old portfolios. Ian shared stories of Sarah, not as a ghost, but a chapter. She knew me better than anyone, he said one evening, heads on the pillow. But this is new. Jordan traced his collarbone. It's us. Yet doubt gnawed. Ian caught his reflection. Grayer at the temples, lines etched deeper. Was he robbing Jordan of youth? The kid deserved parties, not a widowed dad in a creaky house. Then came the first fracture. Ethan invited Jordan to a Mariners game, but Jordan begged off, claiming work. Instead, he snuck to Ian's, their lovemaking frantic, shadowed by lies. I hate deceiving him, Jordan admitted after, spent and sweaty. Me too, Ian said, but held tighter. Summer waned, leaves turning gold on the hill. Ethan announced his Portland decision firm, moving in September. You'll visit, right, Dad? Every weekend, Ian promised, throat tight. Jordan, hearing later, went quiet. What about me? You'll be at UW. We can make it work. But Jordan's eyes darkened. Long distance? With Ethan in the middle? The question hung, unanswered. The argument simmered unspoken that night, as Jordan dressed in the dim guest room light, his back a map of tension Ian longed to soothe. Seattle's autumn fog rolled in early, muffling the city sounds, but inside, the air crackled with the weight of what wasn't said. Ian reached for him, fingers brushing the nape of Jordan's neck where curls met skin. But Jordan stepped away, pulling on his hoodie like armor. We need to talk about this, Ian. Really talk. Ian sat up, sheets pooling at his waist, the cool air raising gooseflesh on his arms. Had always been the fixer, the one who patched roofs after storms, mediated Ethan's playground fights, but this felt beyond repair. I know. Portland's not the end of the world. 2 hours by car. We drive it. Jordan turned, eyes stormy as the sound in winter. It's not the miles. It's Ethan. He'll be there, crashing on your couch every holiday, asking why his best friend ghosts him. And you, hiding me like some dirty secret. I'm 21, Ian. I want to hold your hand at the market, not sneak around like teenagers. The words landed like punches, each one cracking the fragile bubble they'd built. Ian swung his legs over the bed, standing to face him, jeans hastily tugged on. At 6'2", he towered over Jordan's slimmer frame, but vulnerability leveled them. You think I don't want that? Every day I fight it. But Ethan, he's all I have left of her. If he knew, if he saw us. Jordan's laugh was bitter, echoing off the sloped ceiling. Saw what? 2 guys who make each other whole? Or is it because I'm a guy? Be honest, Ian. Is this just grief rebounding weird? Ian recoiled, the accusation slicing deep. Head questioned it himself in the shower, steam clouding the mirror. Was this love or desperation? Sarah's absence had carved a hollow, and Jordan filled it with light, laughter, touches that reignited nerves long dormant. But love? The word terrified. Too big for the man who'd settled for safety his whole life. It's not that, Ian said finally, voice steadying. It's everything. My age, your friendship with him. Society, even here in liberal Seattle, judgments linger. But mostly it's me. I'm scared it'll ruin you. Jordan softened, crossing the room to press palms to Ian's chest, feeling the thud beneath. You couldn't. You're the first person who's seen me really seen. Not the gay kid dodging slurs in high school or the scholarship striver. You see the artist, the dreamer. They kissed then, reconciliation fierce and forgiving, bodies colliding against the dresser. Drawers rattled. A lamp teetered, but they didn't care. Jordan dropped to his knees, mouth hot and sure, drawing gasps from Ian that mingled with the foghorns outside. It was worship, absolution, a promise to navigate the mess together. After, tangled in limbs and whispers, they planned. Jordan would come out to Ethan first, test the waters. Ian would support from the shadows, ready to step forward if needed. Well, tell him together, Ian murmured, fingers combing Jordan's damp curls. But plans frayed like old blueprints. The next week, Ethan threw a going-away barbecue in the backyard, inviting half the neighborhood. Riley manned the grill, flipping veggie burgers with theatrical flair, while Ethan's old teammates from Roosevelt High tossed a frisbee across the lawn. Jordan arrived late, bearing a six-pack of local craft IPA. His smile easy but eyes flicking to Ian like a compass needle. Ian manned the cooler, playing host, his flannel rolled to elbows revealing forearms tanned from yard work. Every brush past from Jordan sent sparks. A hip bump by the picnic table, fingers lingering on a beer bottle. Ethan, tipsy on cider, slung an arm around Jordan. Man, summer's ending. Portland's gonna suck without you crashing my couch. Jordan hesitated, glancing at Ian. The moment stretched, charged. About that, Jordan started, voice pitching up. Ethan, there's something. A cheer erupted, Riley's burger masterpiece declared done. The chance slipped. Jordan deflated, mouthing later to Ian over the crowd. Night fell soft, string lights twinkling like stars. As guests thinned, Ethan pulled Ian aside by the fire pit, embers glowing. Dad's been great this summer. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. Ian forced a chuckle. Just being me, kid. Alone at last, Jordan lingered, helping stack chairs. In the garage shadows, they collided again, urgent against the workbench. I almost told him, Jordan panted, hands fisting Ian's shirt. Soon, Ian promised, nipping his earlobe. We will. But soon became never. Days later, Ethan cornered Jordan at a coffee shop near campus, preempting the confession. Dude, you've been weird. Spacing on plans, always bailing. If it's Riley, I get it. She's intense. But don't ghost me. Jordan froze over his latte, foam mustache absurd. It's not Riley. It's complicated. Ethan leaned in, bro mode engaged. Spill. We're family. The word broke Jordan. Tears welled, hot and unbidden. I love someone. Really love. But it's messy. Hell hate me. Ethan gripped his shoulder. Try me. I'd never hate you. Words tumbled. Jordan skirting the truth, saying only, he's older. Important to you. Ethan's face paled, pieces clicking. Dad. Jordan nodded, misery etched. Ethan bolted, chair scraping like a scream. Ian got the call at dusk, phone buzzing on his drafting table. Ethan's voice cracked. Get to my apartment. Now. The drive to Capitol Hill blurred, wipers slashing rain. Ian's mind raced. How much did he know? The apartment, a cramped walk-up above a taqueria, smelled of cumin and betrayal. Ethan paced the living room. Jordan huddled on the futon, eyes red-rimmed. You slept with my best friend? Ethan exploded as Ian entered, door slamming. My dad. Ian stopped cold, the air thick. Ethan. No. How long? Under our roof? While I mourned Mom. Jordan's whisper. We didn't plan it. Ethan whirled. You're like a brother. And you, Dad, Mom's barely gone 5 years, and you're, what, gay? Bi? Using him to feel young. The labels stung, reductive. Ian stepped forward, hands open. It's not using, Jordan. He matters. Deeply. Ethan laughed, hollow. Matters? You two make me sick. Get out. Both of you. Jordan rose, reaching. Ethan, please. Out. The word shattered. Glass from a knocked mug crunching underfoot. They left in silence, rain soaking them anew. In Ian's truck, Jordan sobbed. I ruined it. Everything. Ian pulled over on Broadway, holding him across the console. We did. Together. But we'll fix it. How? The question loomed as they drove home. The house now a tomb of fractured trust. Days stretched taut. Ethan ghosted texts, blocked calls. Jordan crashed at Ian's, the guest room their refuge turned prison. They made love desperately, seeking solace in skin, but cracks widened. He's my son, Ian confessed one night, staring at the ceiling. I can't lose him. Jordan curled away. And me? Am I the sacrifice? No answer came easy. Ian threw himself into work, a freelance gig designing eco-homes for a Bainbridge firm. Lines sharp on paper, unlike his heart. Jordan picked up extra shifts, exhaustion carving shadows under his eyes. A breakthrough came mid-October, leaves carpeting the sidewalks in crimson. A knock at midnight. Ethan, soaked, duffel in hand. Can't stay away, but I need space. And truth. They talked till dawn, kitchen table littered with coffee mugs. Ethan grilled. Timelines, feelings, regrets. Ian bared it all, the loneliness, the spark with Jordan, the guilt that choked him. I love him, Ethan. Not instead of you. With you. Jordan added softly. I never meant to hurt you. Your family. Ethan rubbed his temples. ITLL take time. Therapy, maybe. But, try. For Mom. Shed want us whole. Relief flooded. Tentative. Hugs exchanged, awkward but real. Ethan left at sunrise, promising weekly check-ins. The healing began, fragile as new growth. Ian and Jordan ventured out, hand in hand at Green Lake, anonymous in the joggers' crowd. Stares came, whispers, but they held fast. Ian sketched them together, a home with open rooms. Winter loomed, holidays a minefield. Thanksgiving tested. Ethan hosted at Riley's, neutral ground. Tension hummed, but laughter crept in. Stories of Sarah's epic fails. Like the turkey explosion of '09. Jordan fit, tentatively, carving the bird with steady hands. After, in the truck, Ian kissed Jordan's knuckles. We did it. But storms brew quiet. Jordan got accepted to a Seattle design program, staying local. Joy sparked, then dimmed by a call. His mom, suspicious, demanding details. Bring him home, she said when Jordan confessed. Ian met her at a diner in Fremont, nerves jangling. Carla Hayes was steel-wrapped warmth, waitress apron starched. Hurt him, I break you, she warned, then hugged tight. But welcome. Acceptance bloomed uneven. Ethan's therapy unearthed resentments, feeling sidelined by grief now this. Fights flared. You chose him over me, Ian countered. Never. But love expands. Jordan mediated, his youth a bridge. Yet doubt festered in him. One blizzard night, snow blanketing the hill, he packed a bag. I'm holding you back, Ian. Portland for Ethan, Seattle for me. You need freedom. Ian blocked the door, desperation raw. Stay. Fight with me. They did. Tears and pleas melting into passion on the living room rug. Fire crackling. I choose you, Ian vowed. Every day. Spring thawed the ice. Ethan graduated, cap tossing under cherry blossoms. Ian and Jordan sat front row, hands secret-laced. Post-ceremony beers at a brew pub, Ethan raised a glass. To family. Messy. But ours. The toast lingered, a milestone. But betrayal brewed distant. Jordan's old hookup from college, Alex, blonde, brooding, reappeared via DM. Miss you. Secrets safe. Jordan deleted, but screenshots circulated, anonymous to Ethan's circle. Whispers reached. Jordan's playing both sides? Ethan confronted first, hurt flaring. Is it true? Dad deserves better. Jordan denied, but seeds of doubt rooted in Ian. Nights grew sleepless, trust fraying. Climax built slow, erupting at a pride event in Capitol Hill. Floats thrummed, rainbows waving, but Ian's joy soured by a face in the crowd. Alex, smirking, arm around a new guy. Jordan tensed. Ignore him. But Alex cornered them later, by a food truck. Ian, right? Jordan's latest midlife crisis. Words flew, accusations of lies, past flings. Jordan shoved him, crowd gasping. Ian pulled back, heart pounding. Enough. Home. Silence deafened. Tell me everything, Ian demanded, voice breaking. Jordan did, youthful mistakes, no overlap, but the omission burned. I wanted to protect us. From what? Truth? Ian paced, grief's echo rising. Like I hid from Sarah's illness, pretending it wasn't end stage. Jordan wept. I'm sorry. Don't end us. Ian left, walking Queen and streets till dawn, soul storm-tossed. Betrayal wasn't just Alex. It was the fear we'd both carried, unspoken. Return came hesitant. We rebuild, Ian said. No secrets. Summer circled back, hotter, wiser. Therapy for all couples, family. Ian designed his dream project. A tiny home community for LGBTQ elders, funded by a grant. Jordan interned, sketches merging. Ethan moved to Portland but visited, Riley in tow, their bond mending. One evening, bonfire on the beach at Golden Gardens. Ethan pulled Ian aside. Proud of you, Dad, for loving brave. Tears pricked. Jordan joined, arms linking. The sound whispered approval. Yet crisis lingered in shadows. Ian's health faltered, chest pains dismissed as stress. Tests revealed arrhythmia, hereditary from his father. Manageable, the doc said, but fear gripped. Jordan nursed him, canceling shifts, hands steady on fevered brow. We're in this. Ethan flew up, vigil at the hospital. Don't you dare leave me now. Ian pulled through, monitors beeping victory. Discharge day, Jordan wheeled him out, Ethan trailing. Home, Ian breathed, the word vast. Healing wove deep. They traveled, road trip to Olympic Peninsula, tent under stars. Jordan proposed sketches of rings, simple bands. Marry me? When you're ready. Ian kissed him under moonlight. Yes. The house transformed. Walls repainted seafoam. Photos added. 3 generations. Blended. Sarah's smile watched benevolent. Autumn again. Leaves dancing. Ian stood at the window, Jordan behind. Chin on shoulder. What happened when you visited? Ian murmured. Jordan chuckled. Everything. The proposal hung in the air like the salt-tinged breeze off the peninsula. That night under the Olympic's ancient cedars where the world narrowed to fireflies in Jordan's earnest face. Ring sketch trembling in his hand. Ian had laughed first. A sound rusty from hospital echoes. Then pulled him close. Their kiss tasting of Esmores and forever. But as they packed the tent at dawn, reality intruded. Rings were dreams. Marriage a leap across chasms still bridged by splints. Soon, Ian promised, folding the paper into his wallet, beside Sarah's faded photo. When the dust settles. Back in Seattle, the city pulsed with October's restless energy. Ferries cutting wakes on the sound like silver knives. The house on Queen and welcomed them with its familiar creaks, but changes lingered. Jordan's sketchbooks scattered on the kitchen island. A second toothbrush in the holder. Ethan's old room converted to a sunlit studio where Ian drafted his tiny home designs. The arrhythmia meds made Ian sluggish, naps stealing afternoons, but Jordan adapted seamlessly. Smoothies blended with greens from the farmer's market, walks paced to Ian's breath. Ethan called daily from Portland, his voice a lifeline laced with worry. Vitals check? Head ask, then pivot to lighter fare. Riley's latest tattoo, a job interview at a tech startup. But subtext simmered. The betrayal with Alex had scarred. Trust a tender shoot. You too solid? Ethan probed one evening. As Ian chopped onions for stir-fry, phone wedged on shoulder. Solid as we can be, Ian replied, knife rhythmic. Jordan, across the counter, mouthed love you, stealing a carrot slice. Good, 'cause if he hurts you again. Ethan trailed, half jest, half vow. The line went quiet, then Ethan sighed. Therapy's helping. Riley says I'm less prickly. Miss you, Dad. Miss you more, kid. Drive up soon. Holidays loomed, Thanksgiving a test balloon. They hosted neutral ground, 20 guests crammed into the dining room. Extension leaf groaning under turkey and Carla's cornbread. Jordan's mom arrived early, arms laden with pies, her hug for Ian fierce. You're glowing, despite the ticker, she teased, eyes sharp. He's good for you. Carla had become surrogate. Sunday brunches at her Capitol Hill walk-up, where shed grill Ian on timelines. When's the wedding? And slip Jordan condoms with a wink. Safe always. Ethan and Riley rolled in late, wind-blown from the drive, bearing Oregon Pinot. The table buzzed, stories of Sarah's legendary pie crusts, Jordan's internship tales from the design firm, where he mocked up models for Ian's elder community. Laughter flowed, wine loosening tongues, but undercurrents tugged. Alex's ghost hovered, whispers from mutual friends, a deleted post resurfacing in group chats. Mid-meal, Ethan's phone buzzed. He glanced, face tightening, then silenced it. Ian caught the flicker. Everything okay? Fine, Ethan muttered, fork spearing cranberry. But later, clearing plates, he cornered Jordan in the kitchen. Ian overheard from the hall, sponge in hand. It was him again, wasn't it? Alex, stirring shit. Jordan rinsed a glass, suds bubbling. Blocked everywhere. He's just bitter. Ethan leaned close, voice low. Prove it. Delete the app. All of them. Jordan stiffened. You don't trust me? I want to, but Dad's fragile now. One crack. The words hung, a gauntlet. Jordan nodded, pulling out his phone, fingers flying. Done. For him. For us. Ethan clapped his shoulder, tension easing. Good man. Ian exhaled, unseen, the house settling around him like forgiveness. Winter deepened, snow rare but magical, dusting the hill in white. Ian's project gained traction, a grant from a Seattle foundation, groundbreaking in spring. Jordan thrived at the firm, his bold lines complementing Ian's practical ones. Nights, they'd pore over blueprints in bed, bodies warm under quilts, ideas sparking like foreplay. But crisis brewed internal. Ian's meds stirred side effects, libido dipped, touches turning mechanical. One February evening, after a failed attempt, Jordan rolled away, back a wall. It's okay, he said, but voice cracked. Ian traced his spine. Is it? Talk to me. Jordan turned, eyes glistening in lamplight. I feel inadequate, like I'm not enough to keep you lit up. The vulnerability pierced. Ian pulled him close. You're everything. This is chemicals, not us. They talked till midnight. Fears of aging, of Ian's heart faltering midlife. Jordan confessed his own shadows. Imposter syndrome at work, dread of becoming his dad. Gone before birth. We face it, Ian said. Together. Spring bloomed violent. Cherry blossoms carpeting streets, but storms uprooted trees. Groundbreaking for the tiny homes dawned clear. A crowd gathering on the Fremont lot. Elders with signs, press snapping photos. Ian spoke, voice steady. This isn't just housing. It's reclaiming stories, building spaces where love outlives labels. Jordan beamed beside him, hand brushing hip discreetly. Ethan flew up, Riley filming for his vlog. Proud, he mouthed post-speech. Celebration at a Georgetown brewery followed, IPAs flowing. But betrayal struck sly. A colleague, overhearing bar talk, emailed Ian anonymously. Ask Jordan about the late nights at the office. Not all blueprints. Doubt slithered in. Ian confronted that night, dinner cooling untouched. Late nights? With who? Jordan blinked, fork pausing. Overtime. You know the deadline. Or Alex. He's interning there too, right? The name dropped like acid. Jordan's face drained. How? Doesn't matter. Truth, Jordan. Now. It poured out. Alex? Same firm. Flirtations rebuffed but lunches shared for closure. No affair, but the secrecy, the not mentioning, echoed old wounds. I wanted to handle it, Jordan pleaded. Protect you. Ian stood, chair scraping. From what? Your past? Or my paranoia? He stormed out, walking to the sound, waves crashing judgment. Hours later, home dark, Jordan waited on the porch, blanket draped. I fucked up. Again. Ian sank beside him. We both did. But it's worth the mess. Reconciliation was slow, therapy intensifying. Couple sessions in a Belltown office, couch sagging under truths. Boundaries, the counselor urged. And grace. Ethan mediated unwittingly. Visiting for Memorial Day. Bonfire on Alki Beach, waves lapping, he grilled salmon, stories flowing. Remember Mom's beach picnics? He said, eyes distant. She'd love this. She would. Ian agreed, Jordan's hand in his under the cooler. But crisis peaked in June, heat wave baking the city. Ian's heart rebelled, episode during a site visit, chest seizing, vision tunneling. Ambulance wailed, Jordan driving behind, face ashen. Hospital sterile, monitors beeping accusations. Ethan arrived frantic, Riley calming. Stable, Doc said, but pacemaker loomed. Jordan held vigil, whispering, fight, love, for our home. Ian woke to them, son and partner, hands linked over his bed. We're here, Ethan said. Recovery stretched summer, Ian sidelined, frustration boiling. Jordan juggled work, care, resentment bubbling. I can't be nurse and lover. He snapped one humid night after spilling soup. Ian recoiled. Then go. Jordan did to his mom's bag slung. 2 days silence. Then a text. Need space to breathe. Not leaving. The absence carved deeper than betrayal. Ian sketched alone, lines jagged. Ethan visited, sensing. Give him time. You're both human. Reunion came stormy, Jordan returning soaked, apology in eyes. I love you too much to half-ass it. They rebuilt, slower. Date nights at low-key bistros, no work talk. Pacemaker surgery in August. Ian joking post-op, now in part cyborg. Fall returned, leaves aflame. Wedding plans whispered, small, beachside, Vermont for Sarah's roots. But first, healing circles closed. Alex fired for harassment, closure clean. Ethan's startup gig solidified, Portland visits routine. One crisp evening, Queen and Overlook, city lights twinkling, Jordan knelt again. Real ring glinting, white gold, etched with intertwined lines. Marry me, Ian Harlan. Build forever. Tears blurred. Yes. Ethan, surprising them, popped champagne. Knew it. The house thrummed. Full. Betrayal scar faded, replaced by grace. The ring caught the lamplight that night, a simple band of white gold etched with subtle lines like blueprints merging. As Jordan slipped it onto Ian's finger in the warmth of their kitchen, the cities hum a distant lullaby beyond the windows. Ian stared at it, the weight foreign yet anchoring, a promise forged in the fires they'd walked through. Ethan hooped from the doorway, champagne cork popping like celebratory gunfire, fist spilling over his hand as Riley snapped a photo on her phone. To the Harlans +1. Ethan toasted, glasses clinking, the sound glittering below like scattered diamonds. But joy, that elusive bird, perched tentative. Wedding whispers turned to plans. Small, intimate. A justice of the peace on a Vermont hillside where Sarah's family roots tangled deep in maple groves. Her parents will come, Ian said over breakfast. Pancakes steaming, Jordan's foot hooked round his ankle under the table. They loved you at the funeral. This, ITLL heal something. Jordan nodded, curls tousled from sleep, but his smile didn't reach his eyes. The firm had ramped deadlines, mock-ups for a high-profile condo tower in South Lake Union, and late nights bled into exhaustion. Vermont in November? Leaf-peeping romance. Ethan, crashing for the weekend, scrolled venues on his laptop. Albums with views. Or that in Mom Loved. The one with the creaky porch swings. The mention twisted gentle. Sarah's ghost a benevolent specter now, woven into their tapestry rather than unraveling it. Ian traced the ring, cool metal warming to skin. 5 years she'd been gone, and this remarrying to a man felt like defiance and devotion intertwined. Yet undercurrents stirred. Ian's pacemaker hummed steady, but checkups revealed scar tissue, minor but nagging, meds tweaked again. Rest, the cardiologist ordered. A Ballard clinic with posters of healthy hearts. Jordan fussed, stocking the fridge with kale and quinoa, but resentment flickered in stolen moments. "I feel like your keeper," he confessed one evening. As Ian dozed on the couch, Mariner's game droning. Ian stirred, hand finding Jordan's. "Partner, not keeper." Words soothed, but actions lagged. Jordan dove deeper into work, networking events at sleek lounges where young architects schmoozed over craft cocktails. Ian tagged along once, feeling ancient at 46 amid the 20-somethings. His flannel out of place beside Jordan's slim-fit button-downs. "Go without me next time," he said later, masking the pang. "You sure?" Jordan's kiss lingered, apologetic. The first real fracture came mid-October, leaves turning the hill to fire. Jordan home late, again, smelling faintly of bourbon and cologne not his own. Ian waited up, sketchpad abandoned, lines unfinished for the tiny homes now under construction. "Good networking?" he asked, tone even. Jordan loosened his tie, avoiding eyes. "Yeah. Met this developer from Chicago. Big ideas." "And the perfume?" Jordan froze, then sighed. "Colleague. Hugged goodbye. Nothing." But the seed, once planted, sprouted doubt. Ian lay awake after, Jordan snores soft beside him, mind replaying shadows. Alex smirks, omitted lunches. Now this. Trust, rebuilt brick by brick, teetered. Ethan sensed during a video call, face pixelated from Portland. "You look wrecked, Dad. Wedding stress." "Worse. The usual." Talk to him, before it festers. Advice landed, but action stalled. Instead, Ian threw into the project, site visits to Fremont, where tiny homes rose like hopeful seeds, solar panels glinting. Elders toured, stories shared. Lost loves, hidden lives. One, Harold, 82 with a twinkle, gripped Ian's arm. "Built this for us, son? For the boys who couldn't hold hands in the 40s. Ian nodded, throat tight. "For all of you." Inspiration fueled, but home soured. Jordan withdrew, sketches piling unanswered emails. A fight erupted over dinner. Takeout tie, containers curling. "You're distant," Ian accused, fork stabbing pad thai. "I'm swamped," Jordan shot back. "While you play hero architect." The barb drew blood. "Hero? I'm trying to live post-surgery. You think this ring's easy?" Jordan shoved back his chair. "Nothing's easy, but you're always the victim. Heart, grief, now me working." Ian reeled. "Victim? I trusted you after Alex. Gave everything. And I gave back. Nights at your bedside, canceling my life." Silence crashed, heavier than rain. Jordan stormed to the studio, door clicking shut. Ian cleaned alone, tears salting the curry. Reconciliation came dawn, Jordan slipping into bed, arms wrapping. "Sorry. Stressed. Love you. Forgive?" Ian murmured, but the crack lingered. Vermont trip loomed, escape planned. They flew east, leaves a riot of red and gold. The Ian creaking welcome. Sarah's parents, Eleanor and Tom, waited silver-haired, embraces warm. "She'd be dancing," Eleanor said, eyes misty, handing a quilt pieced from Sarah's dresses. "For your bed." Jordan charmed, helping Tom with firewood, but Ian caught the strain. Jordan's phone buzzing ignored. A text preview. "Miss our talks. Dev. Back flights heavy, doubt compounded." "Who?" Ian asked mid-air, turbulence mirroring innards. "Work. Chicago guy. Collaborative stuff. Talks. Or more." Jordan squeezed his hand. "Trust me." But trust eroded. November brought rain, relentless, mirroring mood. Wedding date set. December solstice. Beach at Golden Gardens, light strung. Invite sent. Carla, Ethan, Riley, a dozen elders from the project. Crisis crested at the rehearsal dinner. A hole in the wall in Ballard, fish and chips steaming. Jordan late, traffic, arriving flushed, tie askew. Ian, ring glinting under pub lights, forced smile. But Ethan's eyes narrowed. Smells like lies. Post-dinner walk home, confrontation boiled. The developer, Ian said, coat collar up against drizzle. He's more than collab, isn't he? Jordan stopped under a street lamp, haloed. His name's Micah. We kissed once, drunk at the event. Regretted immediately. Betrayal bloomed, visceral. Once, while planning our vows. I stopped it, told him engaged. Ian backed away, rain mingling tears. You told him before me? Hurt twisted Jordan's face. Didn't want to hurt you. Again. Too late. Ian walked, blocks blurring. To the house empty now, echoes mocking. Ethan arrived at midnight, key turning. He called. Build. What now? Ian paced, ring twisting. End it. Can't build on sand. But dawn brought Jordan, bag packed, eyes hollow. If that's what you want. It wasn't. Words failed, but Ethan mediated, coffee brewing. You two idiots. Talk. Truths unearthed. Jordan's fear of monotony. Ian's youth slipping, both grasping shadows. I kissed him because I doubted us, Jordan admitted. After your surgery, the weight. Ian nodded. And I pushed, with the ring, too fast. Therapy resumed, urgent. Counselor in Belltown. Betrayal isn't the kiss. It's the silence after. December dawned crisp, solstice approaching. Tiny homes opened, ribbon cut. Herald toasting with non-alcoholic fizz. To homes for hearts, he said, winking at Ian and Jordan, arm in arm. Forgiveness flowered tentative. Jordan deleted contacts. Micah a closed chapter. Ian adjusted meds, energy returning, touches reigniting. Wedding day. Beach windswept, lanterns glowing. Ethan best man, Riley officiant, online ordained. Vows exchanged, rings exchanged anew. I choose you, storms and all, Jordan said, voice carrying over waves. I choose us, Ian replied, kiss ceiling. Reception at the house, fire pit crackling, stories swirling. Eleanor danced with Jordan, whispering, welcome, son. Healing deepened, winter yielding to spring. Ethan's startup thrived, visits frequent. One April afternoon, park picnic, Ethan announced, Riley and me, baby on the way. Joy exploded, hugs fierce. Grandpa Ian, he teased. The house expanded, nursery sketches for visits, rooms for growing family. Yet humanity's edge lingered. Ian's checkup, tissue stable, but warning, stress monitor. Jordan launched his own firm, Eco Designs, late nights balanced now. Summer solstice, 1 year wed. They honeymooned Montana. Glaciers, grizzlies, vast skies. Tent under stars, Jordan traced constellations. What happened when I visited? Changed everything. Ian smiled. For the better. Back home, life wove. Projects, family, love tempered by trials. Betrayal's lesson. Trust earned daily, grace the mortar. Montana's vast skies stretched like an unpainted canvas above their tent that June night. Stars pricking the dark as Jordan pointed out Orion. His voice a low rumble against Ian's ear. The air sharp with pine and possibility. The honeymoon had been impulse. A week of hikes in Glacier National Park. Bear spray clipped to packs. No cell service to tether them to Seattle's demands. For the first time since the wedding, Ian breathed unmonitored. His pacemaker a quiet hum beneath flannel. The ring on his finger catching firefly glow. Remember the first night? Jordan murmured, fingers interlacing. In your kitchen, rain pounding. Felt like fate. Ian turned, kissing his temple, stubble rough. Felt like terror. Best kind. Dawn broke golden. Coffee perked over camp stove, and they packed slow, reluctant to leave the wild. The drive back wound through Idaho Panhandle, Radio scanning static, then Springsteen Thunder Road, Sarah's song. Ian gripped the wheel, throat tight. Shed have liked you. Teased your curls mercilessly. Jordan smiled from passenger seat. Map app dead. Shed have hated my cooking. Laughter eased the miles. But re-entry Jared. Seattle greeted with July heat. The house a sauna. Tiny homes project buzzing. Occupancy at 50%, waitlists growing. Ian dove in, consulting elders on tweaks. Wider doorways for wheelchairs, rainbow flags optional. Jordan's firm launched its flagship. A net zero office in Pioneer Square. Open house swarming with press. Ethan's news anchored them. Ultrasound pics texted, it's a boy. Naming options? Family swelled. Plans for a Portland nursery visit. But under the bloom, fissures threatened. Ian's energy flagged post-trip. Fatigue from altitude. Doc said, but tests loomed. Routine, he assured Jordan, masking worry. August scorched. Wildfires smoking the horizon. Jordan traveled. Chicago for Micah's firm collab. Irony biting. Professional only, he promised. Kissing Ian at Seattle-Tacoma drop-off. Video every night. Loneliness echoed in the empty house. Ian's sketches solitary. Ethan visited solo, Riley nesting. Dad's glowing less. He noted over backyard burgers. Smoke from grill veiling faces. Trips where him. Ian deflected, flipping patties. Ethan eyed him. Or you. Pushing too hard. The nudge landed. Ian confessed the fatigue. Ethan's hug fierce. Lean on us. Jordan included. Calls came nightly. Jordan's hotel room lit blue. Face tired but tender. Miss your snoring. But one night, static crackled. A woman's laugh in background. Colleague, he explained quick. Brainstorming. Doubt that old serpent stirred. Ian hung up early, scrolling old texts. Alex ghost, now this echo. Return brought makeup sex. Fervent on the studio floor. Blueprints crinkling. Only you, Jordan vowed, breath ragged. September cooled. Leaves hinting gold. Baby shower in Portland. Co-ed. Balloons bobbing. Gifts piled. Tiny onesies. A mobile of architectural wonders Jordan crafted. Riley beamed. Hand on belly, Ethan doting. Harlan Hayes, he joked, toasting. Legacy builders. Back home, crisis simmered. Ian's checkup. Arrhythmia spiked. Ablation procedure scheduled. Minimally invasive but risks whispered. Jordan canceled a conference, holding Ian's hand pre-op. Come back to me. Ian woke groggy, Jordan's face first sight. Relief flooding. Always. Recovery chained him, couch potato, remote's kingdom. Jordan juggled, but strain showed. Snapped over laundry, sighs at dinner. I'm fine, head insist, but eyes shadowed. October storm hit hard, winds howling, power flickering. Ethan called frantic. Riley's water broke early. Drive safe. Road slick, wipers frantic. They reached Portland ER at midnight. Labor intense. Riley gripping Ethan's hand. Curses colorful. Hours blurred. Then cry pierced. Little Owen Harlan, red-faced, fists waving. Joy crashed, tears collective. Ian held him first, fragile weight, whispering, welcome, grandson. Homeward lighter, but Jordan quiet. Seeing them, makes me want that. Kids, with you. Ian swallowed. Adoption? Surrogacy? Don't know. Just future. Talks deepened. Dreams sketched. Family expansion. But realities loomed. Ian's health. Jordan's career climb. November wedding anniversary. Solstice beach revisit. Lanterns relit. Vows renewed informal, waves witness. Through betrayals and births, Jordan said. Ring kissed. But December chilled deeper. Jordan's firm hit scandal, client embezzlement. Audits dragging him in. Not involved, he swore. But subpoenas piled, nights sleepless. Ian supported, meals delivered, but paranoia crept. Late calls, locked phone. Echo of Micah, Alex. Confrontation New Year's Eve, house strung with lights, champagne chilling. Who's the calls from? Ian demanded, clock ticking. Lawyer. stress, or lover? Jordan recoiled. After everything? Proof surfaced, email chain, innocuous but intimate. Thinking of you in the storm. Micah again. Support veiled flirt. Jordan swore off but damaged deep. Why him? Ian roared, glass shattering. Familiar. Easy. I'm scared, Ian, of failing you, the firm, us. Therapy tripled. Individual for Jordan's abandonment fears. Couples for trust rebuild. Patterns break with action, counselor urged. January thawed slow. Baby Owen visits, chubby cheeks, giggles eliciting. Ian bounced him, heart steady. Your uncle's building empires, he cooed. Jordan's firm cleared. Reputation singed but intact. Resignation followed, new venture, freelance with Ian's project. Spring equinox, cherry blossoms peak. They adopted a dog. Mutt from shelter, named Theo, tail wagging chaos. Walks at Green Lake normalized. Hands public, stares shrugged. Ethan's family grew. Owen's first steps on Queen and Lawn, Jordan filming, Ian tearing up. Crisis pivoted summer, wildfire evacuation. Smoke choking. Packed hasty to Ethan's. Close quarters tested. Owen colicky, tensions flared. You're hovering. Jordan snapped at Ian during diaper change. Protecting, Ian countered. Ethan mediated barbecue. Breathe. Family's messy. Return post alert. House intact. But reflection hit. We need space, Jordan said gentle. Not break. Grow. Agreed. Weekend retreats separate. Jordan Montana solo. Ian Vermont with Sarah's folks. Absence clarified. Letters exchanged, old school, stamped. Ian wrote vulnerabilities. Fear of outliving love. Jordan. Dread of repeating dad's absence. Reunion August. Airport embrace. Words unnecessary. Fall harvested bounty. Tiny homes full. Ribbon for phase 2. Harold's toast. To loves that weather fires. Thanksgiving, Owen toddling, table fuller. Eleanor shared Sarah's stories, healing layers peeled. Betrayal's final echo. Micah's apology letter. Jordan sharing open. Closed. Winter solstice 2 years wed. Vermont vow renewal, snow dusted. Humanity's in the flaws, Ian vowed. Jordan. And grace in forgiveness. Life cycled. Owen's birthdays, firm launches, health checks green. What began in rain ended in light. House a haven. Love a structure enduring. The Vermont hillside glittered under fresh snow that December solstice, 2 years since their beach vows. As Ian and Jordan stood handfasted by candlelight, Sarah's quilt draped over shoulders like a shared cloak, the justice murmuring words of endurance amid the maple's skeletal branches. Eleanor's voice cracked reciting a poem Sarah loved. Whitman on Bodies Electric, and Tom snapped photos, flash piercing the dusk. No Ethan this year, Owen's flu keeping Portland Abed, but video linked them, the boys giggle a digital warmth. To weathered loves, Jordan toasted later, mulled wine steaming, ring clinking glass. Return to Seattle brought January's gray sluice, but momentum carried. Ian's tiny homes community thrived, phase 2 breaking ground. Funders lining for phase 3. Consults piled. Boston collectives, Portland co-ops. Jordan's freelance bloomed, partnering on queer-friendly designs. His bold aesthetics softening Ian's pragmatic lines. Theo the mutt bounded through snowdrifts. Leash taut, forcing daily constitutionals that cleared heads. Ethan's family anchored. Spring visits, Owen's second birthday cake smeared on chubby fists. Papa Ian, he babbled, tugging Jordan's curls. Unca Jojo, the label stuck, casual, profound. Yet midlife's underbelly gnawed. Ian's 48th dawned with a twinge, back seized hauling lumber at sight. MRI revealing disc wear. Age, doc shrugged, prescribing PT. Jordan hovered, massages turning intimate, but frustration simmered. I'm not broken, Ian grumbled one evening, ice pack slipping. Jordan knelt, hands steady. Never said, just care. Care tipped to codependence. Jordan's solo retreats increased. Montana sketching trips. Phone off-grid. Ian encouraged. but voids filled with old habits. Solitary beers on the porch, Sarah's photo dusted oftener. April showers birthed May flowers, but storm clouds personal. Carla's diagnosis, breast cancer, early but aggressive, hit like thunder. Jordan shattered, driving to her Capitol Hill apartment daily. Broth simmering, hospital runs. Ian tagged, but distance grew. Grief's mirror in Carla's fight echoed Sarah's, pulling Jordan inward. One rain-lashed night, Jordan home late, eyes hollow. She's fighting. Chemo tomorrow. Ian held him on the kitchen floor, Theo nosing worried. We're in it. But strain fractured. June heat wave, air thick, Jordan's temper short. Fight over trivia. Forgotten anniversary dinner reservation. Escalated. You're checked out, Ian accused, sweat beading. Am I? Or are you? Burying in work while I nurse mom. Words volleyed. Ian's resentment at sidelining, Jordan's guilt overload. Maybe we rushed. Rings, vows before ready. The maybe sliced. Ian slept studio, caught hard, Dawn sketching escape hatches. Ethan sensed weekend drop-in with Owen. Park playdate, swings creaking, he cornered Ian. Heard the yelling. Talk, Dad, before it breaks. Mediation call to Jordan. Therapy. Now. Sessions in Belltown resumed. Couch familiar. Grief compounds, counselor noted. Carla's echoes Sarah's for you both. Unpacked. Jordan's fear of loss driving cling. Ian's of abandonment fueling walls. Homework. Date nights mandatory. No work talk. July 4th, backyard barbecue, fireworks legal, sky blooming. Owen waved sparklers, Ethan grilling, Riley pregnant again. Laughter bridged, but Ian caught Jordan's glance. Tired, tender. Carla's chemo waned. Remission declared August, celebration at her diner. Pie all around. To survivors, she toasted, hugging Ian. You kept him afloat. Fall deepened colors. Leaves crunching underfoot. Tiny Homes Gala. Fundraiser at the Space Needle, views panoramic. Ian keynote, voice carrying. Homes aren't walls. They're witnesses to lives unlived elsewhere. Jordan beside, proud, hand low back warm. After party intimate, hotel suite overlooking sound. Lovemaking slow, rediscovery, bodies known, but pauses for breath, Ian's back tender. Post glow, Jordan traced scars. Kids still? With Owen nearing 3. Ian hesitated. Adopt older? Foster. Dreams dialogued, agencies researched. But crisis crested September. Wildfire season fierce. Evacuations mandatory. House packed, to Ethan's again. Owen wide-eyed at sirens. Close quarters chafed. Owen nightmares. Jordan snapping at bedtimes. Ian retreating to garage sketches. Space, he muttered. Ethan overheard. Post-bedtime beer. You two mirror us. Riley and me fought through her pregnancy. Lean in, not out. Words wisdom. Ian apologized. Dawn, coffee steaming. Sorry. Pressures mounting. Jordan nodded, eyes soft. Me too. Mom's clear, but scared it'll return. Vulnerability valve opened. Evac lifted. Home smoky but standing. They hosted therapy barbecue. Counselor invited. Boundaries blurred to bonds. October harvest moon, full and orange, illuminated a decision. Foster certification started. Classes evenings, home studies awkward. Questioning pasts, betrayals bared to strangers. November chill, Ethan's second child girl, Lila, born squalling. Hospital vigil, Ian holding Lila tiny, Jordan Owen distracting with blocks. Family mosaic, Ethan said, exhausted grin. Thanksgiving sprawled. 2 tables, Portland Drive skipped for Carla's frailty. Recipes merged, Sarah's stuffing, Carla's greens. Owen chased Theo, Lila cooed. Post-feast walk, hands linked. Ian whispered. This. Enough. Jordan squeezed. More than. Winter gripped. Solstice 3 years wed. Beach again. Lanterns defiant in wind. Vows evolved. Through fires and fosters. But humanity's shadow lengthened. January brought Ian's promotion, lead architect for city initiative, queer housing equity. Accolades flowed, but imposter whispered. Widower rebound. Not visionary. Jordan bolstered, but his own doubt. Foster app denied initial background check flagged Alex incident. Old news resurfacing. Past haunts. Jordan raged. Denial letter crumpled. Ian soothed. Appeal. We're clean. Process dragged. Hearts heavy. Ethan rallied. Bureaucracy bullshit. Fight. February thaw, appeal granted, classes resume. But personal quake. Carla's scan, recurrence, stage 2. Jordan crumbled, nights curled fetal. Ian held, but cracks widened. Missed dinners, silences thick. Fight April, cherry blossoms mocking. You're pulling away, Ian said, petals sticking to shoes. Scared. Of losing her, losing us. Then stay present. Jordan left. For Montana, week-long reset. Letters again. Jordan's raw fear owns me. Help. Ian's reply, love freeze. Return. Reunion airport. Embrace bruising. Therapy intensive. They vowed. May bloomed forgiveness. Foster match. Teen Alex. Irony cruel 16. Outed runaway. Home visit tentative, pizza shared. Safe here, Ian said. Jordan nodded. No judgments. Summer solstice, for years love, they hiked Olympics. Theo leashed, back sore but strides synced. What if Alex stays? Jordan asked, summit view vast. Then family grows. Fall welcomed Alex tentative, room prepped, rules gentle. Bumps. Curfews fought, trust earned slow. Ethan visited. Big bro vibe. Been there, kid. Crisis for Alex. School bully. Fight suspended. Jordan mediated, own youth echoed. We see you. Healing collective. Carla's treatment steady, visits ritual, diner pie, stories swapped. Thanksgiving full. Owen, Lila, Alex tentative carve. Laughter layered. Betrayal scar. Micah's holiday card. Ignored. Trust now oak-rooted. Winter closed year, house alight. Ian sketched expansions, rooms for runaways. Jordan added flourishes. Love, dramatic once, now quiet epic, human, flawed, enduring. Alex integration wove uneven threads into the queen and house that crisp November. The 16-year-old's duffel still half unpacked in the corner room with its sloped ceiling and window overlooking the sound, where fog rolled like unspoken fears each morning. Ian watched him from the kitchen. The kid hunched over cereal, hoodie swallowing his frame, dark hair flopping over eyes that darted wary. 3 months in, and trust was a sapling, bent by storms of his past. Disowning parents in Tacoma, street nights in Pioneer Square. But moments cracked light. Alex laughed at Jordan's bad puns during board game nights, or the tentative sketch he shared one evening. A cityscape sharp with hidden figures. Jordan had bonded quickest, his own youth's echoes drawing him. Late talks in the studio, charcoal smudging fingers as they drew escape maps from pain. You're safe here, Jordan repeated like mantra, and Ian saw the healing mirror. Jordan's abandonment wounds salved by mentoring. Ian played steadier. Dinners prompt, curfews enforced gentle. But his role chafed sometimes. The widower dad now foster patriarch. Pacemaker ticking reminder of limits. Ethan's family grounded. Thanksgiving sprawl included Owen's turkey drawing pinned proud. Lila's first words, Unca, mumbled over pie. Carla, chemo-thinned but fierce, held court, quizzing Alex on bands. Nirvana kid? Kurt was messy. Like us. Laughter bridged, but post-feast, as dishes clattered, Alex cornered Ian by the sink. This real? Or pity? Ian dried hands, meeting gaze. Real as rain. Your family now. December solstice marked 4 years wed. Beach lanterns flickering against solstice chill. Alex bundled witness with Ethan via video. Owen waving sparkler. Vows whispered. To Fosters and firesides. Micah's card arrived same post. Apology scrawled. Address returned unopened. January New Year brought resolutions tangible. Ian's city initiative funded. Queer housing blueprint citywide. Press swarmed. Interviews in The Stranger. Photos of Ian and Jordan arm in arm at unveilings. Alex tagged along once, awed by the tiny homes tour, elders sharing tales. Like me, he muttered to Harold. Hidden, then housed. Jordan's freelance peaked. Contract for a trans youth center in Capitol Hill. Designs fluid with safe spaces. But balance tipped. Alex therapy unearthed trauma. Nightmares waking the house at 3 a.m. Jordan rose each time. Ian following weary. He's healing us too, Jordan said one dawn, coffee bitter. February's gray lifted for Carla's remission confirm. Scans clean. Diner party erupting cheers. To round 2. She toasted, arm linking Alex. You, kid. Keep my boy honest. Spring equinox. Alex birthday. 17 candles on a lopsided cake Jordan baked. Ethan driving up with kids in tow. Owen chased Theo through sprinklers. Lila napping. Gifts unwrapped. Sketch pads, a leather jacket from Ian. Belong, the card read. But crisis shadowed May. Alex outed at school again. Fight ensuing, expulsion looming. Jordan advocated. Meetings endless. Ian mediated home. Rules bending for grace. Anger's valid, he told Alex. Bruise blooming on jaw. But channel it. The night boiled. Alex smashed a studio lamp. Shards glittering. You don't get it. Faking normal. Jordan knelt amid glass. We do. I hid too. Ian swept silent, heart aching. Therapy family session followed. Couch crowded. Pain passes down, counselor said. Break the chain. June heat returned. Wildfire's distant threat. Foster review loomed. Permanent guardianship? Papers mulled. Alex softened. Chores voluntary. Even a hug attempted. Awkward. Real. Ethan's news. Portland move back. Startup expanding Seattle branch. Closer for Owen's chaos. He grinned. Boxes piling. July 4th, expanded backyard. Fireworks legal, neighbors joining. Alex lit fuses. Face lit wonder. Family shit, he muttered, grinning. August scorched, Ian's back flared. PT intensified, Jordan massages ritual. Lovemaking adapted, slow, creative, back supported. Still electric, Jordan whispered. Fall harvest, Alex enrolled alternative school, art focus, thriving. Thanksgiving 5 years since kiss, table groaning. Owen stories, Lillis babbles, Carla's greens, Alex carving steady. Postmeal walk, sound silver, Ian linked arms, Jordan, Alex trailing. Proud, he said. December closed circle, solstice 5 years love. Vermont skipped for home, tree-strung rainbow. Thou's porch whispered, snow dusting. Guardianship granted January. Alex grin rare. Full. Thanks, dads. Ethan's relocation cemented. House hunt nearby. Playdates routine. Carla's health held. Diner expansions dreamed. Ian's project scaled, national model talks in D.C. Jordan's center opened, ribbon cut, youth touring. Crisis final. Alex biodad surfaced. Custody bid. Old wounds ripped. Court dragged. Testimonies raw. Ian's stability, Jordan's bond. Alex plea. Their home. Victory march, spring blooming. Dad faded. Letter apologetic. Summer solstice, 6 years, Olympics hike. Alex 19 now, college apps pending, Theo gray-muzzled. Fall welcomed Ethan's third, surprise girl, Nora. Christening backyard, water sprinkled. Thanksgiving sprawl. Generations layered, stories stacked. Betrayals echo silenced. Micah married elsewhere, news shrugged. Winter wrapped gentle, house full. Fosters rotated. Alex off to UW. Dorm but weekends home. Ian sketched legacy, expansions endless. Jordan added, our story. What happened when son's friend visited. A life rebuilt. Loves multiplied. Humanity in the holding. In the end, it wasn't perfection, but presence, flawed, fierce, forever.